fellas, I have a good news for you. Listen, who could expect that tears and crying and complaining and going on the full remode would actually work to make a change in the game? Who could imagine that, fellas? I couldn't. I thought we are going to, even though we are crying, even though we are yelling, we are going to bend over and we are going to accept what is coming in World of Tanks. Fellas, I never thought the day will come when I will say World of Tanks community won. Hear me out. Hear me out, fellas. Wargaming shared the update 1.20.1 World of Tanks Plus and crew system revision. So what they have done, first of all, what was the initial proposal for World of Tanks Plus? It is pretty much a subscription to the game, just like we have World of Tanks Premium, but now we would have on top of that World of Tanks Plus. And you could get 2,000 gold per month if you are obviously playing the game, exclude the extra map, the mount, the equipment for free, bond equipment included, which would pretty much ruin the game, right? Especially if you are free-to-play player, your gun, you are kind of irrelevant and whatnot. You know, it would be extremely bad thing. Intensive crew training regime, which is obviously a good thing. It is like mobile-like gaming experience. You are playing the game while not playing the game. Does it make sense? It's weird, but that's what Wargaming proposed, and pretty much Wargaming would give exclusive rental vehicle, which is going to be TS-54 at this point, right? Probably in the future they would increase the amount of the tanks you can rent. Anyways, that's not the point. The most important thing is, from all of this is manageable apart bond equipment, because what that means, if player is paying €8.10, that means he can equip every single tank with a bond equipment. No skill, what do you mean? I have two setups from the bond equipment. How? Well, if you are paying €8.10, you can simply demount bond equipment for free to select to the other tank you are playing. That's how you can get rid of the 5x experience, that's how you can grind the Mark of Excellence, and that's how you can beat the living crap out of the new players coming into the game by putting that equipment into the lower tiers, which pretty much no one does that, right? And community, I never ever seen community so united. Everyone was crying, everyone was complaining, everyone was reeing on Wargaming, and everyone was crying for days. Look at this beautiful changes to the World of Tanks Plus. Pre-demounting of improved equipment. The equipment time purchasable with bonds was perceived as a bonus that would give subscribers as an advantage. Yeah, indeed. It would definitely give an advantage for people who are paying €8. They would have the best in slot gear. I would definitely call it as an advantage, indeed. Our intention with World of Tanks Plus is to provide subscribers comfort and convenience, not upper hand in the battle. So how you came up with this kaku in the first place to begin with? How did you came up with this? Okay. I don't want to go into the ropes. I don't want to go into the side. Let's read. Whew. Therefore, improved equipment will be excluded from the list of equipment that can be demounted for free with World of Tanks Plus subscription. That being said, fellas, World of Tanks subscription is not going to be as powerful as Wargaming suggested, and it is going to be significantly better for a game health as well, right? It is important thing to say, and this is absolutely glorious thing, and this is a huge victory for community. Yes, World of Tanks Plus is still coming to the game, right? Do not have the thoughts it is not, but let's dig over there, right? In order to get 2,000 gold per month, you need to play the game a lot. You need to play approximately 100 games in a week. And not everyone is playing 100 games in a week. So people who will buy it, they will need to play a bit more if they are not dedicated World of Tanks players. I don't think this is harmful because more likely this gold will be spent either for a premium days or either for a battle pass or something like this. I don't see this as being that big of the problem, to be completely honest with you, right? Extra excluded map. Okay, excluding map is definitely powerful part, right? And it is a very strong feature and is very good. But I think you can live it. You can live your life without it. As an example, I do not exclude any maps whatsoever, right? This is my duty as a content creator in a way to know how to play every single map to a certain extent, right? So this is why I do not exclude maps overall. Pre-demounting equipment now. Pretty much with this all stuff, we are going to have a free demounting for a standard equipment, for a bounty equipment, and for the experimental equipment number 1 or stage 1, however you would call this, which is quite powerful thing. You are saving pretty much 10 gold every single time, but it's not a game breaking because let's get real. Most of the players, whenever they were grinding the tank, they were taking a bounty equipment and they were putting bounty equipment because over years we had plenty of those, right? So I don't see that big of the problem over there anymore, right? The most important thing is the bond equipment is not going to be removable for free. That is very important, and I actually did not even expect that the community will actually kick into the crouch of the World of Tanks so hard that they will change their minds. Good job, fellas. You will obviously train the crew a bit faster. Aka, whenever you are sleeping, you will get certain experience and premium tanks. If those tanks won't be broken, it's not a big deal, to be completely honest with you. That being said, I am personally not going to buy the World of Tanks Plus because it is not giving me any not advantages, but any use whatsoever. I do not block maps personally, so I don't need it. Although I will get it for a test run with a TS54. I am a content creator. I need to make a content, right? I believe that's fair. Plus, on top of that, I will need to mark the tank as well. So I have 2 personal accounts. That being said, I will buy a month of World of Tanks Plus when it just comes, to mark the tank and to provide you with initial opinions about the tank, and after that I will stop purchasing that on the main account unless we are going to have a new tanks coming. Then I have no other choice. But I believe that's fair. Speaking about my other account, same situation, buying it for a month, marking the tank for getting it. I believe that is fair and I believe that is fine, right? Now, moving on next. Wargaming is changing crew perks. The most important thing, fellas, is new crew perks are not coming to the World of Tanks. All this noise in the beehive, all of this, gun, fellas, we cried enough. And all of this could be avoided. What do I mean by saying this is Wargaming? We are not your enemies. Ask what do we think about this. Make us to sign triple NDA. We are not leaking information. Just present us with this stuff and you will avoid embarrassment for yourself, right? Because content creators would roast the system in a heartbeat. Whenever it came, you actually offered us 12 retraining orders. 12 retraining orders. 12. I mean, what a joke that was. Anyways, what I am trying to say, this could have been avoided if there would be just tiny touch job done off screens, you know, and just having conversation. We are not your enemies, right? None of the content creators are enemies of Wargaming or community contributors, I suppose to say, right? Ask our opinions. What do we think? We are way closer to community than you will ever be in your life. I can promise you that. Plus, content creators who are live streaming, right? I can tell you a story. they're seeing all sides of the World of Tanks. They're seeing a great side of the World of Tanks. When the person is coming to the stream and the person is saying, kill, I got my very first Kolobanovs. You have no clue how the things were looking like. So I was playing with Arta and the time ran out and I won one against the 7. You know, the good emotions, the heartwarming emotions. And emotions of skill. I played 14 games, I won one. One game. One game I won. One. Alt F4 for today. I will watch the stream or I will go to the cinema. Or for F's sake, I am going to punch the wall, hole in the wall, you know? We are seeing this everything. So that being said, what Wargaming needs to understand is content creators are way closer to the community, right? Just talk with us. Ask our opinion. We are not here to bite you. We are not here to annoy you. We are here to help to make the game better, you know? And I really doubt any of the content creators will say, okay, our gaming is inviting us to the thing which actually matters as a cruise, so I won't come. I really doubt this would be the case, right? It's just a thought overall in my head. That being said, let's continue to the video. And what do we see over there is changes to the crew perks, fellas. New crew system has been essential part of the World of Tanks since early days. It allows for fine-tuning the vehicles, boosting its best features and mitigating shortcomings. Those benefits stay with the players as they advance through the tech tree, taking crews with them. Absolutely yes. Well, apart the new players who are actually dismissing crew because it is expensive to move them to the other tank. I was one of them, fellas. I was that cheap bastard who was dismissing crews and getting new ones in early stages of the game, right? New perks and adjusting existing ones, we are meant to add more flexibility and diversity to the crew perks selections and make more useful. However, it was negatively perceived and increased the disparity among the players between the competitive players, veterans with experience at cruise, and the new players. We do not intend to raise the number of the perks needed to ensure that players can remain competitive during a battle in terms of vehicle performance. As a result, we have made the decision not to introduce new perks in their current state or proceed with rebalancing existing ones testing during the common test. Fellas, our tears, our screams, and all people who stopped playing the game before whenever they hear the news, you have done it. We made World of Tanks listen. We made World of Tanks listen. Who could ever thought that, huh? Moving on next, obviously, we are not going to get 30 days promotion to reset the crew skills, but it is irrelevant at this point because we have the same crew system, at least for now. Quality of life improvements to the crew system. Pretty much there was some things which was good, so Wargaming are implementing them now. Unifying perks and skills into the perks that works from the start and become more effective at the level of major qualification increases. For example, Brother in Arms will start effect at 1%. Fellas, this is a good stuff. This is actually a good stuff. Wargaming can do something good when they actually think. I do not have any complaints whatsoever about this. It's great. Removing experience penalties for injured crew members. In my opinion, it was irrelevant before, and it's probably irrelevant now. You know, it's unnecessary to have that penalty, or however you would call this. Pretty much, if you're not aware of that, if you are finishing a battle with a crew members who died, they're getting less experience. But it's such a little amount you are not even feeling it. At least I never noticed that, honestly. Adding a battle interface for situational perks. You have Adrenaline Rush. Adrenaline Rush is working. You are seeing the sign that Adrenaline Rush is working. I would say that is a great feature. I don't see any problems whatsoever, especially when you can turn it off, right? providing clear descriptions of perks and their effects. So pretty much in the garage, we are going to see everything over there whenever we are checking out the crew members. For example, right, looking into the camo increases the camo values, blah 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 blah. I would say it is good stuff. More information overall is good, right? I don't see any problems whatsoever about this. And last but not least, what Wargaming is doing, Wargaming is displaying the effects of the perks in the vehicle characteristics widget. What do they mean by saying this? Is we are going to have significantly more information here. So what is boosting your DPM and what not? What is boosting your camo and so on. So pretty much more information for all of us. I do not see any problems whatsoever. In fact, I am super happy about this, and I'm flabbergasted that World of Tanks actually listened. Fellas, have you ever thought the day will come when it will happen? Well, I didn't. Anyways, that's what I have for you today. As you can see, we actually have more powers in our hands than we thought we do. And once again, just to say that clear, loud and clear to Wargaming, all of this could be avoided with a small talk, with a small presentation for content creators. And just listen our 5 cents. We understand we are not your employees. We understand that, right? But you need to understand one thing, that we are way closer to community than you ever will be, right? And for most part, we understand what most of the community wants. So just simply have a conversation with us. We are not biting. We are not leaking information. We want to help. More successful World of Tanks will be, more successful content creator has potential to be, right? If that makes sense what I'm saying, right? That's all I have to say, fellas. Congratulations, we actually did it. It's absolutely amazing. Anyways, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the good news, and see you very, very soon. Skill is out for today. Peace.